See, when a keynote session is being delivered by somebody who's in sales like me, usually there are two strategies which I use, right? So the first strategy which I like to call, it's the Alu Lelo Kanda Lelo strategy, where I come on stage, I talk about my platform. My platform is the best. Give me all your money, all your business. That is a simple, strategy one that people normally use. But then there is strategy number two, where we talk about something which is pertinent, something which is relevant to people who are in the room today, in the conference today, and then build on that, right? Engage, share a dialogue, and then maybe connect offline as well and talk about talk about the topic. So that is what I'm trying to do here. And with that being said, let me introduce you to the topic of today's presentation, which is transforming brand strategies using location insights. Now, I'll take a cue from location itself, and I'll touch upon a key marketing aspect which a lot of these brands, and especially I think the brands who were just there on the stage, are using and have been using and can use at a much larger level, which is micro moments. Now, when I say micro moment, what is all this buzz about micro moments? So think of those micro moments as the I want to do now, I want to go there now, I want to purchase now kind of moments. And these are all interspersed during your day, during your week, right? For example, you want to check out the latest cafe shop which is opened in Cyber Hub. That is one micro moment during your day itself. You want to purchase the next Apple phone. That is a decision you take during the week itself. So those are small micro moments in your life, in your day-to-day life, in your digital life as well. And the best part is brands can use this and leverage these micro moments to speak to the user in a very engaged manner, in something which is more customized to the communication, right? So that is where micro moments really help marketers to present their product in a way which is engaging and which is relevant for the user on that day or maybe on that week. With that being said, let me introduce you to the two protagonists of my presentation. What is an Indian presentation without some Bollywood or web series reference? So I have named my protagonist as Rinki and Abhishek. And Rinki is a tax-savvy female who understands technology, understands products, understands launches. She compares products to each other. She is a tech geek. Whereas Abhishek is somebody who's laid back. He is a typical 9-to-5er, like all of us here. And he looks for cafes and pubs to hang out with his friends and go out on weekends, etc. Now, these two people might be in the same cohort demo-wise, right? But in terms of their behavioral pattern, in terms of their location, data, history of visitation, etc., they're two different cohorts. Now, the best thing that marketers can do is understand the pattern of Rinki and Abhishek separately, create personalized communication to talk to them in a certain way where they understand, where they get information rather than just pushing the product, and also be precise. For example, if location data can give you the precise location of Abhishek whenever he's in front of a coffee shop, maybe you are the coffee shop owner or maybe you're KFC, you know that Abhishek looks for some joints and looks for some cafe joints and pubs and etc. So you might try to communicate with him with your offer, with your meal of the day, with some some discount, etc., to ensure that he also feels the need that, okay, I need to check out KFC today. I need to check out some other pubs which is launched nearby. So that is something which brands have to do and have been doing, and where micro moments play a large part, right? And of course, strategic timing. You need to be there in front of him or her whenever they are trying to or about to make the decision. Now, when I say micro moments, they are clustered into 4 different parts. First part is I want to know moment. India is very digital. India is always on their phones. We want to know what's happening with the cricket score. We want to know which Bollywood movie is getting released today. We want to know what's happening in the world of news. So all these are I want to know moments which are happening as of now, as of today. Then there is I want to go moments. We are very mobile, agile, young kind of a crowd. We want to go somewhere. We want to experience stuff, right? So that is the I want to go moments that, kind of interspersed throughout a day. Then there's I want to do. Indians are very young. So therefore, there's a lot of activities, adventure that Indians want to do. So that is the I want to do micro moment during a week, during a month, which kind of, keeps you engaged and keeps you, on your toes. Then there is I want to buy. India is a digital country. Everything is going towards UPI, towards mobile payments, etc. So the pinch is not felt whenever we are spending on some impulse buys, right? So these are the I want to buy moments of your day, of your week. Now, the question which I get asked regularly is that, okay, micro movements is great, but then are they relevant for all brands in all categories? My answer is a vehement yes, because what happens is that for a retail brand, for example, if somebody like Abhishek is in front of a Zara showroom, Zara can communicate to him with the latest sale or whatever is happening in terms of price discounting or something. They can communicate, and even eventually what they can do is convert Abhishek from a consideration set to a purchase set within the span of a communication itself. Then there is tech products or tech brands. What they can do is, since Rinki is somebody who understands tech a lot, she understands product, they can nudge Rinki with information. They can help her understand that, okay, my product is better because of XYZ reasons, and therefore you can consider my product in your next, whatever requirement you have. Finance. This is a very important category because their micro movements might not seem to be a direct fitment. But then what I've seen recently is that, for example, credit card brands, they want to know, who are the people who are going to lounges, who have taken a business flight, who are, maybe purchasing through their credit cards. So a lot of these micro movements are also being used by financial brands where a direct fitment might not be there in the first place. And then QSR restaurant brands, it's a no-brainer, right? They want people to come to your stores. They want to leverage all these micro movements and moments to talk to the audience. Now, this gives me a segue to introduce my brand, Blis, what we are doing, of course, globally, and what we're doing in India. Blis is a 19-plus-year-old organization based out of the UK. We are in India, we are in Mumbai. In the APAC region, we are in Singapore and in Sydney. What we're doing is that we are mapping these visitation data of users across the globe. We are creating patterns for marketeers to speak to the users with, and we are engaging with users to talk to them in a relevant way for them. For example, customizing their requirement basis their visitation data. If I am visiting a Skoda or any four-wheeler showroom regularly, then Blis knows that I am in the consideration set of purchasing a four-wheeler. So I'll communicate to you in such a way that I give you information about the next big four-wheeler launch. So these are small examples that we do. And in terms of some tidbits, we are older than Google Maps in terms of leveraging location as the key point. And we have delivered ads to 1/5 of the world's population as of today. And we have mapped around 100 million locations across the globe, of course, in metros, tier 1, tier 2 villages, etc. And how do we use this data? So there are two primary uses of this location data, these micro movements that Blis does. Firstly is real-time targeting. If somebody wants to target you guys, people who are in this hotel today, we can do it through real-time targeting. Secondly is historic targeting. How many people have been to 5-star hotels in the past 12 months? That's the historic targeting that we analyze, and we show ads and we target those people through historical analysis of their visitation data. And finally, what we use historic targeting is to create cohorts of users which are relevant for brands. For example, we can create cohorts of, say, frequent travelers. I'm sure Indigo might be, interested in people who are frequently traveling for business, for pleasure, for, visiting their family. Then there is house owners, people who are sports fanatics, people who are gym goers, people who are cafe hoppers. So these are all cohorts which are already created by Blis, and these can be readily accessed and readily used for marketing activities. Now, that does not mean that we cannot customize targeting for brands. For example, for J&J that we recently did is that we customize a cohort of users who are going to maternity homes, right? People who have just given birth to a baby. So those kind of customized targeting through historical analysis of data is something which Blis does really well. And then real-time targeting, as I said multiple times, anyone wants to target somebody who's going into a store, into a mall, into an airport, into a hotel. We can target them real-time and show them the communication of the relevant brand instantly through a video, through an interactive banner, through an interstitial, etc. With all these data that I've spoken to you about, right? What is the use of those data if there is no, engaging creative in front of them? For example, I have loads of data that I've loaded to the platform and we are running a campaign. But if the creative is not engaging enough, user will not connect with you, right? So therefore, what Blis has done is that we have a creative team locally present in Mumbai. Of course, we have got global presence as well. But then what we are doing is we are loading all this data to the platform, but we are running campaigns which are very engaging. So as you can see, some of the creatives have also won awards in India. So we have done creatives for brands across categories, be it Audi, HP, Pantaloons, Tata Tea, etc. And then finally, what we've also done is that, measurements in terms of driving footfalls, in terms of giving you the best results from your digital marketing activities, because, after all, digital is about measurements. So we measure the footfall that was driven by this campaign to your stores. We also give you the brand lift that is, happening because of your campaigns. So those kind of measurement tools are also used by Blis to deliver the best of digital campaigns for you guys. So I'll keep it short and simple. I think that's my time. What I have for you is a small QR code you can scan. You can take this one pager as a gift from Blis for you guys. That's my time. I'm just completing before time. So yeah, thank you for listening to me. Have a wonderful, afternoon and evening.